In Reacher Season 3, the maid who works at Zachary Beck's house first appears to be a supporting character with no bearing on Jack Reacher's inquiry. But Episode 5 of Season 3 presents a fascinating turn of events that shows there is more to her than first meets the eye. After planning Richard's kidnapping and receiving an invitation to see Zachary and his estate, Jack Reacher runs into the two maids employed at Beck's house. Like everyone else, Reacher thinks the maids have been brought in to take care of Zachary's enormous home, but he does not give them any thought. Reacher believes Annette, the younger maid, and does not suspect her of having a law enforcement connection, even after he later speaks with her and finds out she is merely working for Zachary to save money for her studies. He is desperate to learn the truth about Zachary Beck's rug company and believes he is the only mole in his house until Episode 5. However, a shocking storyline twist in Reacher Season 3's Episode 5 reveals the nature of Jack Reacher's threat and validates Annette's genuine identity. The maid in Reacher Season 3 was an ATF undercover agent looking into Beck. Because of his more aggressive and unrelenting investigative style, Jack Reacher risks leaving Beck's home virtually every night to closely monitor everything that occurs in the rug industry. But as Reacher continued to work on his goal and make sure no one became suspicious of him, Annette, the younger maid, was also surreptitiously investigating Beck's firm. Jack Reacher has been terrified of revealing his secret for most of Season 3. When he finds out that Beck's bodyguard, whom the DEA agents were holding in a safe place, has fled, his terror of being discovered reaches new heights. Reacher tries to stop the bodyguard before he returns to the house and tells Beck about the DEA's undercover operation. Reacher returns to Beck's house and finds a startling surprise, despite killing the bodyguard before it's too late. Reacher initially believes that his cover has finally been revealed after observing how anxious everyone appears to be at Beck's office. To his amazement, though, he finds out that when Beck's men uncovered a phone in Annette's room, they learned that she was actually an undercover ATF agent. According to Beck, they discovered that she was disclosing information about the rug company, including the approximate cargo size and the date of the next delivery. Additionally, Beck observes that she used to send those texts every 2 weeks. He calculates that it would take the ATF 4 more days to discover she is gone because her last message was received 10 days ago. Was the maid aware that Reacher was undercover as well? When Reacher confronts Polly for killing Annette, he almost exposes himself. He rescues himself nevertheless by claiming that Annette was a key lead and that speaking with her would have given them additional insight into the goals of the ATF investigation into Beck's rug company. The stark contrast between Reacher's and Quinn's troops is aptly conveyed in this scene. Characters like Polly in Reacher Season 3 have no qualms about killing a lady, yet Alan Ritchson considers himself responsible for his failure to save her in time. The incident where Reacher brutally beats one of Beck's men after he tries to mistreat Annette is another example of his moral character. Later, Annette even leaves a piece of cheesecake outside Reacher's room as a token of appreciation. Annette might have observed that Reacher is very different from other men who work with Beck, even though it seems improbable that she would have predicted his affiliation with another law enforcement organization. She might have concluded that Reacher was also undercover like her as a result of this. Jack Reacher also attempts to find out more about her knowledge about Beck's company in the 3rd episode of Reacher Season 3. He asks her if she understands why Beck, who owns a rug company, needs a mechanic. Reacher's inquiries may have helped Annette discover that Beck has the same reason for visiting the estate as she does, despite her denials that she is unaware of his rug business. There was always something suspicious about the maid's fabricated backstory. Annette tells Reacher that she came to Maine from Le Havre, France, to study marine biology, and that her tuition was covered by her work as a maid. Even Reacher wonders how the maid employment would enable her to make enough money to pay for her college, and her story doesn't sound very credible. Additionally, it is illogical for someone to work for Beck and perhaps endanger their life to create a rapid cash flow to pay for their college tuition. Annette eventually gets caught in Reacher Season 3, Episode 5, despite Beck and his crew falling for her falsehoods.